This diary will contain all the topics for network theory. So please listen and see carefully. All the best. So today we will start with the last topic of our network analysis, that is graph theory. Okay, so just let me have some brief introduction of network theory. With these you can take screenshot if you want. So see, I am just reading it out. See that network topology. So that is the main exact term for this topic. So topology is a branch of science which deals with the study of geometrical properties and spatial relations unaffected by continuous change of shape or size of figures. Okay, and here each element is replaced by a simple line segment, resulting in a structure that is of line segments and nodes. So I hope you understand this. So now to our study topic, that is the study of geometrical properties of such figures which are unchanged when figure is twisted, bent, folded, or stressed, or squeezed or tied in knots, is called network topology. Okay, so now in our electric circuits, what we have to take care is see how can you draw a graph of network. Okay, what is a graph of network? So when all the elements RLC in a network are replaced by lines with lines and circles or dots at both ends, the configuration is then called as a graph of network. And remember, RLC are replaced by the lines, and the voltage source and current sources are replaced by their internal impedances. Okay, so here see, this is not of very much use, but so now let us start with the main thing. See, like for example, if a circuit is given to you in this fashion. Okay, this is inductor, this is resistor, this is a voltage source. Let me say this is again a resistor, here it is inductor. Okay, so if someone asks you to draw the graph of this network, okay, so you don't need to worry about anything, you just find out the nodes first. Okay, so what will be the nodes? You can see this is one node, this is one node, this is one node, and this is one node. Okay, so now see, let me name it. So you can name it in any way, it doesn't matter. Okay, so just mark these nodes A, B, C, D. Okay, so there are these 4 nodes. Okay, so now what you have to do is just see, I have told you any RLC component is replaced by a single line. Okay, so this is between A and C, there is a capacitor, so it is represented by this single line. AB, again a single line. BC, again a single line. BD, again a single line. CD, again a single line. A, and between D there is a voltage source, and I am assuming it is an ideal voltage source, so its impedance is what? Yes, 0 only. Okay, so it is also represented by a single line. So that is how you draw the graph of a network. Okay, so you are assuming that it does not have any internal impedance, that is why I have drawn it with a single line. So see, this is not a very, just you have keep the idea, we are not going in very details. So now from now onwards the main discussion will start. So now what I have drawn on the screen is the graph. This is just a simple graph. Okay, now there's one more thing which is known as directed graph. Okay, directed graph. So what does directed graph mean? See, you should be very much clear with these terms. Okay, that is why I am telling this. So you should be very much clear with these directed graphs. Okay, directed means that you have given some directions to these branches, that is between A and C. This is a branch, AC is a branch, AB is a branch, ABCD are nodes. Okay, so so any direction you can assume, there is no rule on that thing. Okay, so what I am assuming is, see, I am just assuming this way. Let me say this is a branch. Okay, This is also a branch. This is a branch A. This is branch B. Okay. This is branch E. This is branch C. This is branch D. This is branch F. Okay, I'm assuming in this fashion. And one more thing is that I'm assuming these nodes with numbers. Okay. So it will be very much clear to you. 1, 2, 3, 4. See why I'm emphasizing? Because we will take this graph in our whole discussion of graph theory. Okay. So now this is a directed graph. It's because we have given directions. Okay. Now I will discuss some more terms. See, now we will see what is a planar graph and non-planar graph. See, like if a graph is something like this. Okay. So there is one branch, this is one branch, this is one branch, this is one branch. Okay, and this is one branch. Okay, this is a graph. Okay. Now this is said to be a planar graph because here no two branches cross each other. Okay, that means that you can draw it on a single plane. Now let me draw another graph and then you will get the feel that what I am trying to say. See, you can draw it in a single plane. But now let us see this graph. See. Okay, so these are set of points and now I have these branches. Okay. See, till now what you are shown in the screen and with this green pen, see, till now this is a planar graph. Okay, so what I am saying is, see, this is a planar graph because it can, no two branches are crossing each other and it can be drawn on a plane. Okay, but see, till this time this graph is also planar. But now if I draw this, if let us say we have this branch also and we have this branch also. See, now you can't draw this in a plane. See, what I'm trying to say is just visualize any circuit whose graph comes out to be this. So that means this node is above the plane of 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes. You can imagine it. See, let me say these are nodes. Okay, and this is fifth node. Okay, so what I am saying is, see, that you try to imagine this figure in a 3D way. See, like 1, 2, 3 and 4 nodes are lying in one plane, let us say XY plane, which is in the plane of this board, and Z plane is coming out like this. So fifth node is lying on this Z thing, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this fifth node is somewhere here. So see, this graph cannot be drawn on one plane. So that is what I was trying to say. Okay, so that is not a planar graph, so it is known as non-planar graph. Okay, so that is the logic. Now we'll see a few important terms. Okay, so now these are some definitions that you can please take the screenshot if you want to. Okay, this subgraph, path, connected and unconnected graph. Okay, and okay, so these three things you can read on yourself. Okay, these are just statements. I hope you can easily understand them. Now I will discuss a thing, that is tree. What is a tree? Okay, so a tree is a part of directed graph. Remember, now all our story comes from the directed graph. So graph has to be directed, then only this whole discussion will move on. Okay, so what is a tree? Tree is a part of a directed graph. Okay, and containing all the nodes without any closed path. So tree has two conditions. It should have all the nodes but no closed path. So we can have as many tree for a directed graph. See how what I am saying is, see, this is a directed graph. So first condition is we all have all the nodes. So I have all the nodes. Okay, Now it is saying that there should be no closed path. So one tree could be this, and all the nodes should be connected. Okay, at least once a node should be connected, and then only it can contain all the nodes. See, if this branch is not there, then how this 3 node will not be in this tree. Okay, so that is what is the meaning of it should have all the nodes and there should be no closed path. So this is one tree for this directed graph. See, another tree can be, these are the nodes 1 2 3 4. So another tree can be this, can be also a tree for this graph. Okay, similarly you can draw the other trees. So that is the logic behind a tree. Now, and one more thing you should remember, that nodes are also called vertices and branches are also called as edges. Okay, so now this is our tree. Okay, let me say I have taken this tree. Okay, just to illustrate few more points. See, for a tree, these branches in a tree are known as twigs. Okay, branches in a tree are known as twigs. Okay, and now see, this is a tree. Now all the left branches, let me draw all the left branches that were not included in the tree. So this, the graph shown with green dotted pen is known as code tree. Okay, so it contains all the branches that were not included in the tree. Okay, and all the branches of the code tree are known as what? Are known as links or chords. Okay, that is the logic. Okay, so you have this thing: tree, code tree, links, chords, link or chords, and twigs. So that is the basic discussion of the graph theory. This much you should always know. Okay, you can again take a screenshot if you want to of this tree section. Okay, okay, it is visible. Okay, so this you can take the screenshot. Simple, all that I have explained is written. And just always remember this formula, that b minus n plus 1 and number of branches in a directed graph is equal to 2x plus link. Oh, that is understood. Okay, so that is the whole basic discussion. Then now we will move to the incidence matrix. Okay, so now we will see the first matrix, that is our incidence matrix. Okay, so what is the question? Maybe that you may be given the directed graph and it is asked to find out the incidence matrix for this directed graph. Okay, so see, what you should remember, I am writing those things. The order of the incidence matrix is given by what? N cross P, where N is the number of nodes and B is the number of branches. Okay, so this you should always remember. So that will be the order, that is N rows and B branches. So how many nodes are there in our directed graph? See, for example, I am taking this graph throughout the discussion. So 1 2 3 4, so there will be 4 nodes. Okay, let me write them with blue pen so that you will be very much clear. 1 2 3 4, that is my 4 nodes are there. And how many branches I have? A B C D E F. A B C D E F. So this is my matrix. Okay, so this is my whole matrix, that will be my incidence matrix. Okay, so now what is the rule, what is the convention that we follow? See, the convention we follow is this, I am writing it down: Aij plus 1, Aij minus 1, Aij equal to 0. Okay, so what this says is, see, there are 4 rows. Okay, these rows represent the nodes. There are 6 columns that represent the branches. Okay, This is very much clear to you. Now ith row, jth column. That is understood. You understand the matrix denotions. So ith row, jth column. Ith row means ith node, jth branch. Okay, so now see what is the logic. See, ith node and jth branch. So if ith node and jth branch is connected, that is the jth branch goes out of the ith node, then we will take it as +1 in the matrix. If the jth branch comes into the node, then we will put -1 in the matrix. If there is no connection between the jth branch and ith node, then we will put 0 in the matrix. Okay, so I hope you have written them down as I have recited. Then if you have not, then please pause the video and write them down. Okay, so now let me put the C. 1a, that is the first node and a branch. So first node is this and a branch is this. So a branch is going out of this first node. So for out I have +1. Okay, I will write it down. Out in, no connection. Okay, that is the logic. So for B branch, first node, B branch is connected, it is not even connected, so our B will be 0. See, in similar fashion you can do it yourself. It will necessarily consume time. I am just writing it down. Okay, so this will be the incidence matrix for this directed graph. Now one thing you should you can observe is that, see, sum of the elements of each column, that is sum of all the elements of each column, that is 1 minus 1, it will be 0. Similarly 0 0 0 0. So what it means, say that a branch A B C D E F is a branch. So always a branch enters some node and it always leaves some node. That is, A branch is entering first node and it is leaving the second node. So that is why the sum of all the columns, sum of all the elements of each column is 0. So that is a kind of check, and some twisted questions can be asked on this thing. Okay, so now this is our incidence matrix. Okay, so now we will see another important thing, that is our what? Reduced B. Let me say a second topic. It is known as reduced incidence matrix. Okay, so now before starting that, okay, one more thing I want to say is, see, number of twigs for a directed graph are n-1. Okay, and number of links twigs are always in a tree. Okay, so my statement is number of twigs in a tree are n-1 and number of links in a tree are b minus whole n-1. Okay, so please always remember this. Okay, twigs are in trees, TT. Links or chords are in co-tree, C, co-tree. So you can remember them, chord. Okay, the number are this. So now what we were discussing, now we will discuss our topic, reduced incidence matrix. So what is a reduced incidence matrix? So in this graph, if you take any one node as reference, so let me say that I have taken this fourth node as reference node. Okay, so what will happen? The row corresponding to this fourth node goes to 0. Okay, so what my graph is, my matrix remains only this one. So now my reduced incidence matrix is this. See, if the incidence matrix was denoted by A, then this matrix is denoted by AR. Okay, so that is the reduced incidence matrix. See, if you have assumed third node to be reference, then third row would have been eliminated. Okay, so that is the logic. So that was my reduced incidence matrix. Okay, thank you guys. Please like, share, subscribe my video, and please visit www.electricaldiaries.in for further doubt solving and clarification. And thank you. Please, the other important links are given below in the description. I will continue graph theory in the next lecture. Okay.